Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2023 Brave the Midwest Collegiate Qualifier presented by Castaplast. I'm joined here in the booth by Charlie Rockhow. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing great today. Excited to see some good disc golf from our great competitors.
Yeah, and we've got a great course. We're going to have 5 people on this card today, so let's meet the competitors here.
Hey, I'm Will Hicks, and I am with Missouri S&T.
Dalton Hastings, University of Illinois.
Quentin, Mizzou.
Colin Thompson, Illinois State.
Ben Wagner, Milligan University.
All right, let's get it going. We've got Colin here on hole 1. Charlie, you want to tell us a little bit about hole 1?
Yeah, hole 1 is a pretty tight gap off the tee. It was actually playing the hardest on the day for our field.
Colin on the tee, he's going to hit right where that gap is. Once you get past that gap, you do get kind of a less density of trees, and you should be able to get down there if you can get past that. We got Dalton on the tee throwing a zone, I believe, which is, I don't know, would you throw a zone here? It's pretty far.
I don't throw many forehands in general, Dan.
That's valid. But he almost gets there good enough for a par at least. Runnable, scary putt, but there is a bit of a drop off there. I think a bit of a drop off is kind of downplaying it. This looks good.
Oh yeah, slow down though.
Yeah, that's going to be all the way down there. That's going to be a tough one to come back and get that 2-4. But honestly, I don't hate being at the bottom of that hill. It does give you the ability to run that putt without like worrying of going down the hill because you've already done it. And we've got Quentin here with a good forehand, and that just gets caught up a little bit there. That's in all likelihood a par.
Yeah, same sort of position as Dalton there.
Definitely. William Hicks here, forehand. That looks pretty clean. Oh, that's tough. Sometimes you get sneaky through that side, but that one is not the case. Colin's upshot for par here. Colin has just one of the smoothest forehands I've really ever seen. It's always a pleasure playing with that guy. Looks good. Oh.
Tough roll there. Gonna put him at a decision-making spot for that putt.
Definitely. Early in the round, I think I would personally lay that up. I don't know. You could try and run it, but a bogey hurts. Dalton even gonna lay that up. Sits. Let's see what happens. This is looking like a run here, isn't it?
Definitely taking his time.
It's up. Ooh. Yeah, an air ball is definitely not what you want to see there. That's going to be a tough hole for Colin to start it off.
I just want to walk to the bottom of this hill.
For sure. Still a lot of round left, though.
Definitely. We're going to see these tap-ins. And I think we still have a few putts from down the hill. It looks like they just cleaned those out first. Believe this is Ben. I think this is Ben going for his 2. And that's going to be a fine par. Yeah, then this is Colin going for, I think, his bogey, actually. It's up. Not much of a chance. Sits down. That should be a tap-in double for Colin, which is definitely a tough start.
Yeah, definitely not what you're looking for there.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Colin's from ISU, so he definitely gets out to play this course often. Dalton, also being from U of I, gets out to play this course as much as he can. Hole 2. Definitely a shorter hole, one of the easier holes on the course, but definitely tightly wooded. Tough to get that 2. Dalton's forehand is going to be a little sawed off there. He's going to have long putt, likely a par. I believe we've got Benjamin showing us the backhand line here. Ooh, definitely pulls it a bit to the left there. Going to be a scramble shot, but definitely manageable. Quentin looking at that backhand hyzer.
Long putt for birdie.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain about putts for birdies out here.
There's a good forehand.
Definitely. Hicks is going to have that definitely that shot for 2. Colin, another forehand here. Definitely a forehand heavy card, I'd say.
Plays well to the course.
Definitely does. Definitely a forehand course. Definitely a solid lefty course as well, obviously. We got Ben's upshot. Let's take a look at this.
Giving it a little run there.
Yeah, really. I mean, you definitely can with the nature of the hill. That did seem to slide a little bit to the right, so that's going to be a tough putt for par. Dalton putting this up. I don't see much run in that.
Can can see some bad rollaways here.
Yeah, definitely. I've had a few. Colin, it's a bit of a run layup type of deal. This is gonna be Ben for par here.
Wants
And-
none of it.
Yeah, that's honestly a little surprising to me. Oh man, and Quentin's also gonna.
Tad low, and there's that roll.
Yeah, he's gonna hit the cage, roll down. Oof. This is not what you want to see. All right, comebacker for what is this? A possible par for Quentin, I believe. Yes. Had the pleasure of playing with Quentin's second round. Oh, and he cashes that. Really fun guy to play with. Super talkative, high energy. You know, keeps the good vibes even when the good vibes are hard to come by. Yep, that's in. A little Adrian sighting there, the lovely tournament director of this collegiate event. And tell us a little bit about what we got coming up here on hole 3.
Yeah, hole 3 is pretty interesting. You're going up this hill, and you're just trying to get almost the straightest shot you can. Finishing a little right might be better, but if you go straight, you'll definitely give yourself a pretty doable putt.
Definitely. I think the forehand works here. As you can see, great shot from Dalton. It is tough. It's tough to park with the forehand, though, because you're either going to go a little bit long into those trees and have to get lucky, or, yeah, just like Dalton, you're going to end up a little bit right, which should not be a problem. If you want to park it with a forehand, you got to do a Colin Thompson flip up straight forehand. He's super good at that shot. Let's see if he proves me right here. Yeah, it looks money.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, you see how that just kind of flips up and goes straight. little woo from our cameraman Ben there on the catch cam. Got Ben here with the forehand. But there's two Bens. We got alumni Ben on the camera. Shout out Ben. Oh wow.
Ben to Ben right there.
Yeah, that's a little Ben to Ben action. This is a sneaky tough par save. Just with the hill, it's going to be blind a lot of the time, and it can be tough to clean up that 3 sometimes. It's a tough hole to get anything but a 3 on. You definitely want your 2. You feel bad if you don't do it, but it does happen. Comeback putt for birdie for Ben. Just a little off.
Here's Dalton for his birdie as well. Just tad low.
Yeah, cages it just a bit. Easy to do. That one is cleaned up. It's early in the morning, first round of the day. You know, first college event ever for Dalton. So definitely a new format for him, but I'm sure he'll pick it up. Highest rated player in the tournament at 994, I believe at the time, with Ben Wagner at 992. I want to say. Colin on the tee of 4. We're playing at this tee from actually the long tee to kind of make this hole take a little bit longer so that we don't have as many backups on hole 5 is what the word from the TD was on that one. That one from Colin is going to leak a little bit left and be in the rough. That's tough. We got William Hicks here on the tee. I like this wider hyzer line. I think that's what I usually play. You go straight gap or you go wide?
I'm probably going straight here if I'm trying to get the birdie. But I think the wide is definitely a better safe play where you could be introducing that birdie, but you're definitely not fading into that rough on the left. That borders hole 1 on black.
Definitely. Dalton a little long. Not the worst place to be on this hole. As long as you're not left, you're pretty happy. I think I also play the wide hyzer on this one. The straight gap is tempting, but it's too much trouble.
Quentin here taking that wide line. Looks like it got a little anti-skip there.
Yeah, and that's definitely short. That's tough. I thought that was going to be a little bit further up.
Yeah, the long tee definitely makes this whole play a lot harder. From the short tee, there's a pretty wide open hyzer, whereas here you're kind of hitting a gap even on that wide hyzer line.
Definitely. It's crazy because the short tee it's really only like 50 feet shorter, but the hole is like twice to 3 times as hard from the long tee. Just something about the angles of those trees. It just really narrows the gap. It doesn't feel like there's no clear gap in my mind. You really see a lot more variety in the shots. Colin with the forehand.
It's a
Looks
nice
good.
approach there.
Definitely. Good out. Was that Dalton?
I think so, yeah.
It's not even,
Well.
yeah, not too much of a run there. Definitely a big downslope after the basket, but usually you can give it a little run and still expect the bushes to kind of catch you a little bit and have a little straddle putt out. Dalton with the cleanup for 3. That's in. That's on the pole. You know, you like to see those short ones go right on the pole even after you've missed a few, just to get that confidence up.
Yeah, for sure. Things are definitely warming up. Got to get the hands warm. I know it was a bit chilly in the morning, so I wouldn't be surprised if these first couple holes there's just a few mistakes because of that chill.
No, definitely. And it was really the first day of the season that it was like cold at all. I hated that. It was not a good morning for it. This hole, we've got hole 5. This is a par 4, really one of the more unique holes on the course. Short par 4. I want to say it's 417, 450. It's something like that. You're going to want to have either a little forehand flex to get to the top of the hill, kind of right about there is the landing zone. Then you're going to throw down a hill to the green. Or this is definitely a hole you can eagle. Let's see this. Okay, this looks pretty perfect here.
Yeah, that's a good layup right there.
That's the perfect layup. Yeah, he'll just have a downhill shot for the birdie. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Oh,
On the
interesting.
inside left line there.
Yeah. You know, I like that line. I think it can get you down there. And that's actually a great spot. Yeah, so you can kind of see the basket there. So he got down that hill enough that he'll just kind of have I mean, you can almost jump putt that.
For sure.
We got Ben here.
It's a great angle.
Yeah, that does look great. Wow, look at this. Wow.
Going to the basket.
Yeah, and I mean,
Love
that's...
putt for eagle there.
Yeah, that's how that eagle happens, doesn't it? That's crazy. That's cool to watch from that angle. Oh, that looks good.
That's it. Great
Perfect.
shot.
Wow, great shot by Colin. And that was really, I mean, that was perfect the whole way, because what I'll say is on this shot, you want to finish to the right on that green. See how Dalton's throwing the forehand here? He's going to try and finish a little right just because there's a hill there, and it should filter, whereas the left/long is definitely a creek, and you don't want to be putting from there. Get yourself left, and you should stay within 10.
Yeah, for sure. Even the wide open approaches here are a bit tricky because of things like that, where all this elevation change can make judging how far to throw your disc or how hard can be really tough.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that disc from Dalton just seemed to fall out of his hand there. Definitely unfortunate. But he should have this up shot for par. Little baby bid, maybe.
Not you.
This is, I believe this was his drive, which is
Good up.
very impressive.
Yeah.
Putt from Quentin here. Oh, no. That is frustrating. Nothing you can do but clean that up and move on, though. It's very understandable. It's it's actually really fun to watch his round here, because I told you I played with him second round, and he was telling me all about this round, just how, like, there was just dumb things happening. He was throwing great shots and getting bad breaks and missing stupid stuff like that, and it's fun to see it come together. It's unfortunate that it's tough, but it's fun to see. Hole 6 here. Colin on the tee. Backhand shot for the most part. You just kind of go straight, fade a little bit. Oh, that must be long then.
Right next to the basket. Went PA3 there.
Yeah. Tough hole for sure.
Definitely. I think my way to attack this hole is definitely a bit of a hyzer flip, where you're going to get something that's going straight but finishes just a bit left.
Yeah.
But not far enough left to go down that hill that we just saw.
Yeah, because any sort of skip and you'll be in the rough. You'll probably have some sort of putt. Now that looked fantastic. Definitely too much fade, but got caught by that log there. That is fantastic. I've been caught by that log a few times. It is very nice. But yeah, I usually go with some sort of mid, kind of have it flip up, go straight, and just fade just a little bit, just like Dalton's doing here.
Just a touch inside.
Touch inside. All right, Quentin here. Ooh. Someone's got to do it. That's a tough. It's tough though. I mean, those first 4 guys really made that gap look easy. But how many of you missed? How many times have you missed that gap, Chuck?
Ooh. Probably at least 5.
At least. No reference of how many times you've played it. Just missed it 5 times. Played it more than 5 times though. So Dalton with long look for 2. So that looks good. Oh,
just off the front.
He held that putt too there for a second. I thought that was going in. Colin here. This is tricky. Gonna have to do a bit of an Annie putt here. Give it a little height. Little long, but should be good on the cleanup. Good putt from Ben. Believe that is a 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Quentin for, I want to say par.
Yep.
No, for
No?
bogey, I think.
Bogey,
Yes.
Oh, right. That early kick, I think.
Yup. That early
Missed
kick
a
will do
shot
it.
Getting up there.
Colin for a nice cleanup. And I gotta say, as high rated and as good as these players are, we're not seeing any of them run away with it off the bat. Definitely seeing some early round struggles.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are too happy quite yet, but things can still heat up.
Oh, definitely. Hole 7. Pretty easy hole. You've got a straight option, but you're not going to see anyone that has even a few brain cells take that. You're going to go with the forehand here. You're going to want to give it a little height and just kind of let it crash into the pin. Really, not much to it. It is a very beautiful hole. I think the green is beautiful. One of my favorite greens on the course.
Yeah, definitely a lot to play with on the green. It's on the slope. You got the creek.
Yeah, I find myself, I think 9 times out of 10, I'm putting from that creek. Wow, great shot from Colin. That probably gave it a little bit of a run even.
Dalton with his Firebird.
That looks great.
Yep.
What a fantastic forehand that guy got. He played baseball in his past, and it shows with that forehand. Went in little inside, maybe.
Side could sneak through.
Yeah.
It'll drop.
Yeah. Oh, did not drop. Little stick action. That's funny. I'm glad Caleb kept that shot in. The shot of it in the tree. I'm so interested as to what this guy putts with because it looks like a halo destroyer. Like I know it's not, but like the halo on it, it makes it look like he's putting with a driver.
Yeah.
Hicks here for the putt from the ditch. It's a tough putt to make.
Tap out 3 there.
Tap out 3. Another putt from the ditch. I'm telling you guys, it's a tough putt to make. You got to take my word for it. Personal experience. Dalton, short cleanup for 2 here. Not too short. It's a tester. Oh, man.
Tough start for the whole card here. We've seen a couple missed what should be tap outs.
Yeah. What's crazy is, at least for Dalton, he's missed a lot of short putts, but I mean he's still par. His throw is looking on. Same thing with a lot of these guys. I think. Oh wow. Oh Quentin.
That's tough.
That
could have stuck for sure.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that from his angle. That looked like a spit out. I'd say. High right. I think from our that would have been, but still tough.
Moving on to one of my favorite holes on the course. We got hole 8 here. It's just a 300-foot tunnel shot. Slightly downhill, so mids or putters can carry.
What a pretty hole. I mean, you step up to this hole, and you're kind of just like, holy cow. Like, the way it frames up, it really gets you feeling a certain type of way, especially when you pure it. Puring it is quite the feeling. Oh, good second kick there for Ben.
For sure. Staying in the fairway here helps your upshot drastically.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you're more than 10 off the fairway, It's,
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
That'll putt.
Yeah, that'll putt. Likely, I mean, likely that's close enough for a 2, but we'll see. Dalton here throwing a, what is their MD, are they? I don't know.
MD1s, I think.
MD1s. Woo! Did he
There
do
it
it?
is.
Did he do it?
Get under.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, just sit. Oh, that's frustrating.
Even a bit long, but
Yeah. I mean, I'd take that drive every time, though. It's too much danger.
definitely. I had some struggles on this hole in the tournament.
Yeah.
So.
I struggled on this hole as well. I parred it
Oh,
twice with
it's
some
the
tough
pole
shots.
straight down the center.
Woo! Man, I'm upset I was talking over that a little bit, but I mean, you saw it. Great shot. Upshot from Colin, I think. Yes. Oh wow. Yeah, that got up there. Yeah, once you're down to about this point in the fairway, not too bad to save your par.
Yeah. It's just for birdie, I believe.
Yes, it is. Oh, yes, this was, just a little high, maybe, little right. Ooh, Dalton from in the rough.
Converts.
Oof, and that's great putt right there. That's going to put him under par for the round. Hicks cleaning that up. Looks like that's going to be a tap-in bogey for Colin.
Yep.
That's tough. Really up and down round for him at that point. I think that bogey puts him to 1 down for the round. Hole 9. I mean, what do you have to say about this hole? It's really like the previous hole, except longer, and then bends just barely to the right at the end.
Yeah, it's really tough to shape something to get all the way to the basket here. I've seen some flip up forehands and some very flippy backhands get there.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you give me a 3,
The key with this one, if you're going to throw the forehand, it really has to flip up. I mean, you saw Dalton throw a backhand when he has a magnificent forehand. It in my opinion really is a backhand shot if you want to park it. Being on that left side is so much better than that right side. Left side you can work yourself to the pin. Right side, it's definitely likely a bogey.
Yeah.
Another forehand attempt here. That looks great.
Good. Oh, just
Caught
gets
up
caught
there.
by that back wall.
I don't even mind being there though. It should be a par.
No, for sure. This is another hole where the key thing is just to stay on the fairway. I think most people would be happy with a 3 here.
Definitely. Colin going to push that a little too straight there. But again, that side is workable, especially if you have a good forehand to get that par back. Quentin, not sure where this is. What the? Oh, that's... How did he do that? that is interesting. I think from where he was, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
This is Colin looking for some sort of out.
Great shot there.
Yeah, that worked
Getting
out
the
really
putt.
well.
I believe this is for the 2 here. Ben.
Yeah, I wonder, do we even see any 2s on the day on this horse? Or on this hole?
Let me check.
Hole 9. Oh, I guess we did see a few 2s. Should we shout them out?
Let's see. We
Oh,
had
there's
6 on the
6.
day.
That's too many to shout out. But shout out, you guys. You rock. Dalton for upshot there. Should be a tap in 3. And Quentin with a crazy scramble here. Let's see if he can clean this up.
Just high.
Just high.
Colin here.
I think that's going to result in an unfortunate 4 for him.
There we go.
That's a good one. It's going to finish Quentin with a 5 on that hole, which happens super quickly. Personally done it myself. Know how it
I've
feels.
done worse than a 5 on
Oh,
this hole.
yeah, no, I've done way worse than a 5 on this hole. What was the worst score you've gotten on this hole? I don't mean to blast you like
Let's just
that, but
say
I've
this
gotten
was my blow up hole of round 2 of this tournament.
I've gotten a 7 on this before. Not at this tournament, but what can you do?
Go, and that'll finish out our front 9.
Yeah, and that's a good par for Ben. That's gonna be a 4 for Colin. All right, that's all we've got for the front 9 here. Stay tuned, and we're gonna be right back with you for the back 9.